Basic Science Standard 7 Unit 7 Pressure in Liquids and Gases. Let us go through the questions and answers of the previous class.
Hi, I am Gauri B studying in 7th E. Previous class questions and answers. What are the main three factors which are inevitable for the existence of living things? Soil, water and air. How do birds make use of soil? Soil is the base of their abroad. Soil gives the worms for their food. Trees are on the soil. Trees give the shelter. How can we divide the type of soil? By color, by size of grains of soils and by other particles. Make an experiment on probing the capacity of soil to hold water. Fold a filter paper into a cone and place it in a funnel in a beaker. Measure out half a cup of sand into the funnel. Arrange separate beakers and funnels in similar manner with soil from the paddy field and yard. Using a dropper, add water drop by drop into the three funnels. Make sure that soils get wet thoroughly. Do not forget to record the number of water drops added to each funnel. Continue adding water till the first drop of water drips from the funnel into the beaker. Which type of soil has more water absorption capacity? Topsoil. How do we know the organic content in the soil? By color. Pour a little hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide dissociate faster in soil with high organic content. What will be the color of soil which has more organic matter? Brownish black. Which gas is free when hydrogen peroxide dissociate? Oxygen. What are the three reasons for the variation in the water content in different types of soil? Availability of water, differences in the rate of evaporation, the capacity to retain water, and differences in organic content are the reasons for the variation in the water content in different types of soil. What are the components of soil? Air, water, minerals, and organic matter. Name the microorganisms which increase the fertility of soil. Fungi and bacteria. What are the content of soil which are suitable for agriculture? Soil with high organic content. What are the situations leading to the loss of topsoil? Soil erosion, cutting of trees, throwing plastic waste. Non-degradable substances bring about changes in the natural structure of soil. Which are they? It prevents the seeping of water into the soil and thus prevents the growth of roots. How do soil get polluted? Throwing plastic waste, using much chemical pesticides. How do we prevent soil erosion? Planting of more trees, using fiber logs, proper drainage system. How can we prevent the pollution of soil? Promote afforestation, stop throwing non-degradable waste, reduce the use of chemical pesticides. Which are the sources of pure water? Pond, well, river, streams. How do water get polluted? Industrial waste, plastic waste and other waste. What are the components of water? Minerals, oxygen, microorganisms and insoluble impurities. What is the pH value of drinking water? Between 6.5 and 7.5. How do diseases spread through drinking water? Diseases spread through water when the disease-causing microorganisms grow in water used for drinking. List the diseases which spread through drinking water. Typhoid, cholera, dysentery and jaundice. What are the methods to purify water? Water purifier, Muchatti Aripa, water treatment plant. What is aeration? The process of mixing water with air. Thus, the amount of oxygen in the water increases. What is coagulation? Coagulation. This is an important step in the process of water purification in a water treatment plant. This enables the sedimentation of solid matter present in water. Alum is added for this. When alum added, the pH value of water decreases. Lime is added to regulate pH value. Describe clarifloculation, filtration and chlorination. Clarifloculation. After the solid waste settles, the clear water is fed into filters. Filtration. Impurities which do not get settled are removed by the filter. The sand and gravel are used respectively in the upper and lower portions of the filter unit. Chlorination. Chlorine gas or bleaching powder is mixed with it to sterilize the filtered water. What are the components of atmospheric air? Nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and others. How do air get polluted? Change in the normal amount of any of the components of air. Foreign substances get mixed with air. Smokes from automobiles when wood and coal burned from factories, from automobiles and factories are the reasons for the pollution of air. How can we prevent air pollution? Reduce the number of trips you take in your car. Reduce or eliminate fireplace and wood stove use. Avoid burning leaves, trash, and other materials. Avoid using gas powered lawn and garden equipment. Thank you.
Now let us see in detail Unit 7 Pressure in Liquids and Gases. The significant learning outcomes of this unit are: Number 1. Explain concepts such as gaseous pressure, liquid pressure, and atmospheric pressure. 2. Analyze the working of devices which utilize pressure. And 3. Plan experiments related to pressure and carry them out with precision and accuracy. 4. Construct and use devices related to pressure. And last, recognize situations in which gas pressure, liquid pressure, and atmospheric pressure are used in daily life. First of all, let us see the features of air. Air has no color, smell, and particular shape, but it is everywhere around us. It is transparent and it can shrink and expand. Air needs space to occupy. It has weight. It can exert force and pressure. It can carry hot and cold. Pressure of air reduces when it moves fast. We have already seen the components of air. Nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide are major components of air. All living things need oxygen for their existence. Plants need carbon dioxide for preparing food. In this unit, we discuss mainly the pressure of air and liquids. Through the first experiment given in the textbook with folded and unfolded newspaper, we understood that air can exert force. Air possesses weight, that's why it exerts force. When the paper is folded, the force of air falls only on a less space. But when the newspaper is unfolded, the force of air falls on a large area. We learned the pressure of gas through the working of syringe. The force exerted by gas per unit area of the surface is called the pressure of gas. There is air in the atmosphere. The force exerted per unit area by atmospheric air is called atmospheric pressure. Barometer is a device used to measure atmospheric pressure. There are different types of barometers. It was a scientist named Torricelli who first made a barometer and measured atmospheric pressure. Evangelista Torricelli was born in Italy on 15th October 1608. He was a physicist and mathematician. He formulated the principle of barometer using mercury. He discovered that the change in the level of mercury in the tube is due to the change in atmospheric pressure. He made a barometer in 1644. The pressure of air increases and air expands when it is hot. It shrinks and the pressure decreases when it is cold. The air which has more pressure moves towards the place where there is less pressure of air. You might have studied in the former classes that how does the wind form? You have seen the experiment of bottle filled with hot water and then placed it in cold water by fixing a balloon at the mouth of the bottle through the kite channel. What happens here? When the air in the bottle becomes hot, the pressure increases and it expands. So it moves to outside. When we fix a balloon at the mouth of the bottle and the bottle cools, the air inside the bottle also cools. Then pressure reduces and air shrinks. So the air with more pressure from outside trying to enter into the bottle, but it cannot because of the balloon at the mouth. So the balloon inflates into the bottle. When we pushing the piston into the barrel of the syringe, we can feel the air going out of the barrel. Siphon, syringe, straw and dropper are devices that works on the basis of atmospheric pressure. You can make a siphon with simple materials. The method of making is given on page number 94 in the textbook. When air is blown between the balls, the air between the balls moves faster. As a result, the pressure of air between the balls decreases. As the pressure of air around the balls is comparatively higher, the balls are pushed closer to each other. Pressure of air reduces when it moves fast. This principle was explained by a scientist named Bernoulli. Hence, it is called Bernoulli's principle. You might have noticed the yellow line on the platform in a railway station. It is a warning to the passengers to keep walking not beyond this line. Otherwise, it will be dangerous when the train passes with high speed. Haven't you noticed that when you blow air over a piece of paper, it remains straight and go upwards? Haven't you ever noticed sheets, tiles, etc. fixed on the roofs of building rising up when a strong wind blows? All these are examples of Bernoulli's principle. Liquid also can exert pressure as air does. The pressure exerted by a liquid is called liquid pressure. Tie a polythene bag firmly on your hand and immerse it in a bucket of water as shown in the figure on page number 99 of the textbook. What happens? The polythene bag sticks to the hand because water exerts pressure on all sides of the polythene bag. Both water and air have some common properties like no color, no smell, no shape, has weight, has pressure, needs space to occupy and carry cold and hot. Liquid exert the same pressure to all sides, but pressure increases with the increase in depth. That's why providing wider basements while constructing dams. You can clearly understand this by taking two plastic bottles and make a few small holes of the same size around one plastic bottle and make 3 holes in equal distance from each other upwards from the bottom of the second bottle. Now you pour water into the bottle and observe the water coming out through all the holes fall at the same distance. You can here clearly understand that liquid pressure increases with the increase in depth. Pressure gauge is a device used to measure liquid pressure. We can easily make a pressure gauge. The material required are transparent plastic tube about 1/2 meter long and a funnel, balloon, wooden board and clamp and ruler. Method of construction. Fix a plastic tube in U shape on a wooden board using clamps. Fill water in the U portion. Make a diaphragm using balloon on the wider portion of a funnel. Fix the funnel at the free end of the tube as shown in the figure and fix the ruler on the board. Method of working. Take a bucket full of water. Hold the funnel in the water at different depths. Observe the change in the level of water in the tube and write it down in the table. Now let us go through the questions. Try to find out the answer and write it questions and answers in your notebook. Question number 1. Describe the properties of air. 2. Name the important parts of a syringe. 3. What is pressure of air? 4. What is atmospheric pressure? 5. Write 2 situations when the pressure of air increases. 6. Name the device used to measure atmospheric pressure. 7. Who made up the first barometer and when? 8. Describe the use of air pressure in our daily life. 9. What is the use of siphon? 10. Describe the method of making siphon. 11. What is Bernoulli's principle? 12. What is pressure of liquid? 13. Write 2 properties of water. 14. Describe the relation between depth and pressure. 15. Write the reason for providing wide basement while constructing dam. 16. What is the use of pressure gauge? 17. How do you make a pressure gauge? 18. Describe the working of a pressure gauge. And 19. Why do sea divers wear special dress? And last, why does an injection needle fixed at the top of a drip bottle?